What's going on, people? I want to share a portion of a dream I had about maybe 3 or 4 nights ago. And I wanted to talk about this earlier, but I was trying to piece together a lot of things that took place in this dream or this vision. I think it was like about 2 nights ago, this deep sleep came on me. And it's a good feeling, but it's a bad feeling at the same time because you really don't have control over yourself. It's like you become so sleepy that you feel like you're drugged. And I laid down, drifted off into the sleep, and all night was very active when it comes to dreaming. I was dreaming all night. I'd wake up, I'd feel drugged and drowsy, and I'll fall back into another sleep, and I'm dreaming about something else, and then I wake up a few hours later and I feel drowsy and drugged, and I drift back off into the sleep. But one particular dream I had that kind of stuck in my mind that I was trying to figure out what it meant. It started out, I was with this group of people, and we were going on this journey, right? And in this group, it was made up of different people. And I think there was like one transgender dude in the group, and he was like a giant. But in this group, and I'm skipping the dream because there's a lot of stuff in here I'm trying to figure out. But in this dream, the person who headed the group wanted to pray before we went on this journey. And they had us to hold hands. Now, there was this woman, and then there was this giant transgender dude, right? And I'm looking at this dude's hand, and I really didn't want to hold hands with this dude. I didn't want to touch this dude, right? But when I looked at his hand looked at old, ancient. You know how you find, like, when archaeologists find bodies that's buried, they're like decomposed. Well, this dude's hand was like it was decomposed, right? And everybody was holding hands. Everybody got ready to hold hands, and I really didn't want to hold hands with this dude, just because of his energy. And so, like, everybody held hands, and all of a sudden, I felt all of this dark, negative energy coming from this dude. So I went within myself, and I started, like, just dispelling or expelling all of this negative energy that I was getting on both sides, but it was mainly from this dude that looked ancient. But anyway, we were standing in a circle and we were talking, and I started condemning a lot of damnable and abominations, man, that's going on in the world today. I was condemning abortion. I was condemning transgender and LGBTQ community. All of this stuff, I was just condemning it. And then all of a sudden, this gay dude, not the transgender giant, but this gay dude came out of nowhere, and it was like the people had opened up. They had like departed, and this gay dude came out of nowhere and stood before me and was like, just sitting there looking at me, right? So I looked at this dude. I'm like, yo, can I help you with something? And he just stood there with his hands on his hip looking at me, right? So then the dreams switched. And the group was going up these stairs. And the stairs were like real, it's something like you would see in a Harry Potter movie. They were going up these like very narrow stairs. And the stairs were, and it was almost like this was a test to get to another level. And the stairs were like crooked. They were broken in certain places. And I was with this white dude that was also a veteran, right? And we were going up these stairs, and he was like growing weary and tired, and he was falling. He was tripping on these stairs. And I was trying to encourage him to keep going, to keep moving. And the dude was just right about ready to just give up, right? And I was trying to pull this dude up. I was trying to help him to pull his own weight. But anyway, then the dream shifted where we made it to the next level, I'm going to say. And that just came to me. We made it to the next level. We got to the top. And we were in this area, man. It looked like ancient Tibet. It was like one of these ancient Tibet locations. It was real old, real ancient. And we were sitting in this area, this like circle, and it was like really dark, and they had some candles burning up front, and there was this warlock that was extremely old and extremely ancient. And he was in a wheelchair. And beside him was this beast. It was like some type of creature that had like a long pterodactyl like snoot, you know, like that long nose. And he had like, it looked like red or tip on the tip of his snoot, right? And this warlock was instructing us. It was like we were in class. And of course, I was sitting in the back just observing. And then this warlock had this thing that he had on a stick, looked like a frog. The way it was made, it was shaped like a frog. And he had in the fire, he burned it. It was like burnt. It was black. And he was giving it to the people to eat. The people that were in this class that were being instructed. He had given it to them to eat. And one person, I'm looking at that like, I'm not going to eat that. I've always been told since I was young by my mother, and she's always said that a person can't hurt you. And she was referring to voodoo or witchcraft or whatever. She said they can't get it in you unless they hurt. They can't hurt you unless they get it in you. But anyway, he had this thing on a stick and he was passing it around. And then this person looked at it, took a bite out of it, and he was like instructing this class. And then like when he held this thing forward and the first person went to take a bite, that thing with that pterodactyl snoot was like leaning forward and like just looking like, and I came out of the vision. So when I woke up, when I came to, I felt that it wasn't only just a dream or a vision. I actually felt like I traveled and I was there. You know, it's like one of those visions where I travel, because I've traveled quite a few times to different places. You know, it's like you're there. You know that you're there. When you wake up and you know that you traveled, right? So when I woke up, I felt that I traveled and I've been somewhere that's real ancient, that's not even of this world. And I saw that creature, I saw that warlock that was real old, and he was in a wheelchair, and he was up instructing this group that I was in, that we're actually being instructed or trained by this warlock. And I was trying to figure out what that vision mean and the other parts of that dream, and because there's no way that I'm linked to a warlock or any type of dark magic or dark arts. But I was just curious as to why did I travel to this place, and was it a place I was just was supposed to just observe, right? Not really take part, but I was supposed to observe it. But I know when I held hands with these people from that training dude, man, his hands looked real decomposed, like even he himself was real ancient and old. But the location where we were being trained or instructed looked like real ancient Tibet. It just had that vibe and that energy to it. But when I came forward, I was trying to figure out why I actually traveled there and why did I see what I saw. So feedback and tell me what you think about that, you know, because that was quite weird. It was that night was real active when it comes to dreaming, you know, because I was dreaming, I was having visions, I was traveling, and like I say, I always travel, and everything I see, I don't speak on. So feedback and tell me what you think. Until next time. Peace.